What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of My Ultimate Team. This is episode number 48, and we start today's episode off in the divisions. Of course, we are in Division 4, and we're using our skill team today. I've been using the Inform Moreno side for a very long time now, and we're going to use our skill side. I haven't used it in a while, and for the first game of today's episode, we come against this 4-4-2 BPL side. Czech, Baines, Vertonghen, David Luiz, Walker, Ramirez, Paulinho, Schürrle, Valencia, and a strike partnership of Lukaku and Eto'o. But the game was over very, very quickly, sadly, because it's a bit of a theme in this episode, you know, quits really, a bit of a theme in this episode, and the first chance really did come in the 9th minute, and as you see, Leighton Baines end up giving the ball away here with Jan Vertonghen. The ball comes to Schürrle, it comes to Alex finds Bernard tries to get around his man, plays it through to Carlos Eduardo, the ball's eventually given away by Walker, and Eduardo has a simple finish. So 10 minutes in, we go 1-0 up in this game with virtually the first attack, and yeah, my opponent decides to quit. Of course, it could be a disconnect, but the likelihood is straight after you score a goal, and the opponent will probably quit if you see the wheel of death and it's not a connection just error, if you know what I mean, not a connection fail. It's usually the opponent quitting. But even so, we did get the win, and as I said, it was the first shot, and I just don't understand it, to be honest. But as I said, it could have been a disconnect, but to be honest, I highly doubt it, considering the ball just crossed the line and then my opponent decides to leave. But yeah, 1-0, so we got off to a winning start, and we have 10 points so far. We've still got quite a few games, sorry, we've got 2 games to go, so we are safe in this division now. And you know, we're trying to progress and hopefully stay in this division for one more attempt, and then next time we go into the season, we'll be able to get promoted to Division 3. But we come against this side for the second game of today's episode. And he's got a Leeds United badge, Leeds United kit, and a Leeds United team name. He's got an 85 rated side, so a bit better than Leeds. But he's got a 4-4-2 side here: Courtois, Marcelo, PK, Sergio Ramos, Dani Alves, Willian, Cazorla, Fabregas, Di Maria, and a strike partnership of Rooney and Benzema up top. So a very decent side, but the first chance did actually come to us. Alex found Carlos Eduardo, who found Bernard. Bernard scooped turn around his man before playing a great through ball to Carlos Eduardo, but he couldn't make it 2 in 2 games there as I put the ball wide of the post. So still 0-0, but very good chance for us early on. But in the 31st minute, we had a corner here. Ronaldinho crossed the ball towards Dante here. His head, he goes for the header, it's cleared away. It comes to Carlos Eduardo, but what about this for a strike? That is an awesome strike. He's a really good player, Carlos Eduardo. You know, even if I didn't have him in a skill team and I was just using like a random Brazilian side, for example, he will always be like the main man because he scores such nice goals and he's really good from range as well. So that made it 1-0 here, just half an hour played. And in the 38th minute, Alex gets onto the ball here. The ball gets cleared away only as far as Ramos. Carlos Eduardo runs through, but I completely fluffed my lines and put the ball a mile wide. So still 1-0, but playing very well. But in the 64th minute, Bernard finds Carlos Eduardo again. Everything was going through him in this game. He plays the ball over the top towards Bernard. Bernard stops the ball with a lovely fake Rabona, gets past Sergio Ramos, and puts the ball into the back of the net. So a very simple goal, that one, but even so, nice to score it. And it is 2-0 to us with 64 minutes played. And in the 72nd minute, my opponent gives the ball away after trying some skill. It comes to Carlos Eduardo, who finds Alex. Alex down the right-hand side. He keeps on going for swinging in across towards Carlos Eduardo. He lets it drop before shooting. The first shot is saved. The second header is saved by Bernard, but it comes to Carlos Eduardo. Yes, he was playing really, really well, and that made it 3-0. So we did take a 3-0 lead, and as I said, straight after this, my opponent decided to pause the game and also end up quitting. So it is another quit, 2 in quick succession. But yeah, it was well, you know, I thought it was a quit. I'll just say that I thought it was a quit. But again, we see the connections being lost, and we end up leaving our ultimate team. And it is really frustrating when this happens, you know, because of course it says that we disconnected from our last online match, and as you go back to the divisions, we see that we've had our progress reset. We're still in Division 4. You know, if we would have won our 2 remaining games, we were about to win that one. We could have been promoted to Division 3, and it's just really frustrating to see that happen, you know, because it's just, like, in no way was that my fault that the game didn't finish. You know, it clearly not. You know, it says that our DNF modifier is going to go down, and we get all these negative impacts on us here, but it wasn't our fault. You know, we were still in the game, and if it is a simple disconnect, and you know, they say that they're going to do a match report, then surely you would see that we're 4-0 up with 20 minutes to go. You know, it's not our fault basically, but I don't know, EA just frustrate me sometimes. But it does mean we stay in Division 4, and there's not much we can do about it now, so best not to complain, but just get straight back into the next game. And the first game of the new division, get off to a really good start here in the 9th minute. Bernard got played through, and it's a lovely finish with the outside of his right foot. So many people tell me Bernard is not very good on this game, but I've had him in this team all the way through and he's always been so clinical. I know he's really weak, but he's so quick and he's so good in front of goal, and he makes it 1-0 here. And in the 27th minute here, Jadson gets on the ball for us down the left hand side, swings it across, it's headed away, comes to Alex, Alex heads it over the goalkeeper and into the back of the net, so that made it 2-0. Really good finish, 28 minutes in, and we looked like we were going to make amends for not finishing the last game and get the first 3 points of the division. And in the 34th minute, my opponent comes through a Balotelli here. Down the left hand side, crosses the ball in, and Ibarbo's header is brilliantly saved by Cini. It's eventually cleared away to Carlos Eduardo, who finds Lucas. We got the pitch of a lovely counter here. It comes to Bernard. Nice little back heel towards Jadson. Back to Bernard. Fake shots past his man. Gets a bit lucky as the number 5 gives the ball away. Comes to Carlos Eduardo, who plays it through to Jadson. Jadson down the left hand side. Nice little fake Rabona. Then the reverse step over. Then a nice little stop and turn as well with the Berber spin. And he gets brought down inside the area, and the referee gives us a penalty. So just 39 minutes in, we had the chance to make it 3-0 from the spot. As I've said every single time, I'm not the best at penalties, but I have been getting a little bit better at scoring them of late. So we do stand up with Ronaldinho here with the chance to make it 3-0 just 38 minutes in. It's Ronaldinho against, is it Marchetti in goal? I think it is. Yes, it is. So Ronaldinho against Marchetti. Could we outfox the goalkeeper? Yes, we could. He dives the right way, but we just about get it into the top corner. And that makes it 3-0 to us just 38 minutes in. So we were playing really well and looking like we would make amends after the disappointment of the last game. And in the 39th minute here, we win the ball with Alex. It's a great ball through to Bernard. Bernard goes through 1-on-1. I chip Marchetti, first time lob, but it ends up hitting the outside of the post. That would have been a lovely goal to cap the game off in the first half, but unfortunately it did hit the post. But straight from that, my opponent gives the ball away. It comes to Dante. Another great through ball to Bernard. Bernard is running clear. This time I went with a square lob instead of the L1 and circle, and it turned out to be the better choice because it lobs the goalkeeper. The defender on the line can't clear it away on time, and it goes into the back of the net. So 4-0 here, 42 minutes in, and my opponent decides to quit. So 3 times in a row we have an opponent quit on us, but thankfully this time EA did decide that, you know, with us being 4-0 up, we would actually get awarded a win this time. So we were 3-0 up in the last game, sorry, but even so, you know, this time EA do say that we've done enough to get a win. So it was really disappointing that we didn't get the win last time, because I actually felt we'd been playing so well we could probably win both those games remaining and get promoted. But you know, sometimes you don't get the luck, and most of the times I don't get the luck, but I did in that one, so we get the win, and that was deserved. But the last game of today's episode is against this 4-1-2-1-2 BPL side, a strike partnership of Eto and Sturridge, so very quick up top. But the first chance will come just a few minutes in with Cini throwing the ball out to Alex here down the right hand side. We play the ball infield to Ronaldinho, gets past Tiote, then finds Alex, nice little fake shot, finds Bernard with the 1-2 of Ronaldinho. We go through here 1-on-1, but I end up completely messing up the finish and putting the ball onto the top of the bar, and it goes into the stands. Put way too much power on that, but it's still 0-0. In the 19th minute though, another good chance here. Ronaldinho goes down the right hand side. He eventually gets past Tiote here, keeps on going, then a McGeady spin. Tiote then gives the ball away, comes back to Ronaldinho, crosses the ball in first time. Bernard with the bicycle kick, he can only hit the post. Would have been a lovely goal, but unfortunately it could not find the bottom corner. It's still 0-0, but in the 27th minute we get the ball again. Richarlison crosses the ball and it's cleared away, only as far as Ronaldinho finds Alex, gets past his man. My opponent gives the ball away though of Asaidi, comes to Alex, Alex gets the ball, scoop turns round 1, then Berber spins around Company and finds the bottom corner of a lovely left-footed finish there. So that made it 1-0, 28 minutes in, deserved lead as well. We were playing very well in the opening half an hour, but straight from kick-off, my opponent gets the ball with Daniel Sturridge here, just runs through my defence here, so weak by me. He gets a bit lucky as the scoop turn comes straight back to him after it looked like he was going to give the ball away. He crosses it in, and there's Santi Cazorla to make it 1-1. So straight from kick-off we give a goal away, and that's really frustrating. In the 36th minute, how about this? I said we weren't getting the luck earlier when we should have been awarded the win and we didn't get one, but we got really lucky here. Lloris comes out for the ball, gives it away, it goes straight to Bernard. He falls over, yet he still gets up on time to get the ball, and we just walk it into the empty net to make it 2-1. So we got very lucky there, and we do take the lead. But in the 41st minute, my opponent comes through again. Asaidi plays a great ball through to Cazorla, and he chips my goalkeeper and makes it 2-2. So he's back on level terms, and it was a really difficult game, this one, you know, because although I felt on top for the first half of this game, my opponent was a really good player, and I was always struggling every single time he came forward. I felt like he was going to score, and he made it 2-2 there. But on the 59th minute here, Alex gets the ball, nice little back heel to Bernard. Bernard crosses the ball in towards the run of Jadson, and Jadson heads the ball into the back of the net. So 3-2 here, and we retake the lead in this game. But in the 67th minute, my opponent comes forward again. It's Daniel Sturridge, chips the ball over the top. Lucas gets the ball away, but he ends up giving the ball away. It comes to Daniel Sturridge, who just blasts the ball past Cini with ease to make it 3-3. So 68 minutes in, my opponent was on level terms again. Just couldn't seem to stop him. Every time he came forward, I felt he was going to score a goal, and unfortunately he did make it 3-3 here. So back on level terms, just over 20 minutes to go. But in the 87th minute, I was going to settle for the point because my opponent was playing really well. Couldn't seem to contain him, but unfortunately, he chips the ball over the top towards Daniel Sturridge here, and he chips the ball over Cini and into the empty net. So 4-3 to my opponent, and I was so gutted because it was such a good game, you know, it really was. A draw would have been a fair result in this game, but unfortunately it looked as though my opponent was going to seal all 3 points with just a couple of minutes to go. But in the 90th minute here, we win a corner with Bernard, gets taken out, but the referee does give us a corner in injury time, last chance of the game. Everyone comes forward, including Rogério Cini, last chance for us to get a goal. Ronaldinho crosses the ball in towards Cini, goes towards Santana, it gets cleared away. Bernard wins the ball, then it comes to Santana, then it comes to Jadson, who shoots just wide the post, almost snuck away with an equaliser there, but sadly we couldn't, and we did lose the game by 4-3. But as I said, it was a very good game. My opponent was a good player, so I guess you can say that was fair enough. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, please leave a like, that's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out, and it only takes a second to click that like button, and I will see you for the next episode of My Ultimate Team very soon.